Oh, happy Mother's Day. Happy Sunday. Just got done with a 17.5 mile long run. We're walking the rest of the way back. That being because I ran 13 miles out with the intention to run 13 miles back. But I made the call that that's just not a good idea to do a week after the marathon. Because going into this run this morning, I was kind of like, well, I might just try and run the freaking sub 3 hours today. And I kind of kept going back and forth in my head all week. And in my head, I'm like, you're not fully recovered to do something like that. And at mile 2, I kind of made that call. I was like, okay, today's not going to be the day for that. But I still kind of thought maybe I'll run the 26 miles still. So that's where I got the bright idea to run 13 miles out. But I was like, that's also not smart to run that big of a distance. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm pretty tired right now. But yeah, so I made the call. I was like, all right, I'm going to stop at 17.5. That sounds like a good number. So I've been walking the rest of the way back. I deserved this grueling walk. My legs are pretty tired and had a heavy leg day Friday, which was actually really nice. All my workouts this past week have been great because I only ran one day this past week. So all those extra calories of just floating around, funneled into the weights, which has been really nice. Because you kind of forget how fatigued you are throughout a marathon prep, and every time I come out of one and I don't run for a little bit, I'm like, oh, I actually have like a lot of energy now. So I forget how fatigued I really am during these preps. It really levels me out. But like I mentioned, I kind of deserve this walk because the whole reason I flopped this last marathon was just a lack of patience and a lack of discipline to stick within my time range, mile range, whatever. So same thing happened today where I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I'll do it today. Patience. Today was not the day to try to even think about trying to attempt that. Because again, it's gonna be such a fine line of whether or not I actually get under 3 hours. Because it's humbling, and I'm reminded of how actually hard. Because you see, for me, I'm kind of surrounded on social media of fitness stuff. You see a lot of fitness stuff. And so you see all these people running these crazy times like 2:30. So your mind just kind of is like, oh, under 3 hours, like 2:58, 2:59, that's not that crazy. But you asked me that, even if you asked me that in January, that's fucking crazy. I remember when I finished the second marathon, I was like, what is the mile time to run under 3 hours? 6:50, 6:52. And I was like, holy shit, that is insane. And so just because I had been thinking about it for so long, I kind of forgot actually how crazy of a number it really is. And I think part of the reason I don't want to be like, oh wow, this is like a crazy time, is I don't want to sound cocky. Like I don't want to be like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm trying to do this. So I think that's part of the reason I try to like dumb it down or play it down in my head. And then again, but then I kind of forget why I'm playing it down. And that's just to not come across as like I'm bragging. But I also play it down. I forget why I'm playing it down. So then I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Which sure, that's like a useful frame of mind, but it is that bad. It's fucking hard. So again, I'm realizing like how much of a fine line and how kind of perfect the situation has to be for me to do so. So like today, if I went out to try to set a time, if I tried to beat my last time, so this past marathon I ran 3:23, which is slower than the second marathon. But if I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go out and try to beat 3:23, I could have done that today because I don't need like perfect conditions to be able to beat that time because it's sort of within my wheelhouse. But the under 3 hours, yes, I'm confident I could do it, but it has to be like, my body has to be ready to go. I can't have fatigued legs from Friday. I can't lack fuel. I can't drop fucking gels. Like it has to be pretty ideal. And that's why I'm partly worried because Florida's pretty humid, and that always kind of affects your breathing and your heart rate. So that does worry me a little bit if I'm going to try to attempt this again in a few weeks. But I don't know. It's just going to be really hard. And that's kind of But that's the fun part. That's the whole part of all this. I just know, I just really want to achieve that time, or at least know that I went like 3:0, 3:01, 3:02, and know that that was my all before I start doing this Ironman prep. Because if I don't at least attempt it one more time, and I just kind of settle with that 3:23, it's going to linger. And it already is lingering. I can feel it lingering in my mind, which is obnoxious. And then this morning was hard. I'm not going to lie about. My alarm went off at 4:30 and I was up. I didn't get out of bed till like 9. It was a hard morning mentally, just for like a multitude of things. Just because the situation in life that I've put myself in is just very kind of confusing and hard and tough, and you really have to push through these hard moments. So everything was kind of coming down on me, and I felt like I couldn't get out of bed. It was weird. And I mean, we've all experienced moments like that where you just can't. It feels like you just can't. But you push through those, and trying to work through that this morning, which is hard, especially when, everyone works through these things alone. So it's tough to work through those things alone, but I mean, there's value in that for sure. Obviously, it's nice to have people around you. And part of the reason I'm alone out here is it really is all down to me. But yeah, so this morning was weird, and coming off of that and kind of like recovering myself from this morning and picking myself up, I was pretty fired up going into that run. So that's kind of where I was like, maybe I'll get this under 3 hours, sub 3 hours today. But again, that was a little delusional. It was more delusional than me trying to run 6:30s last week. So yeah, but I knew at mile 2, I was like, okay, this is a dumb idea. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying, but just kind of saying that things are hard. Shit's hard. The sub 3 hour marathon is hard. These mornings when you wake up, sometimes shit is hard, but that is, that's okay. It's very cliche to be like, oh, well, that's okay. It is okay, because that's just fucking life. And the beauty of life is whether you pick yourself up in those moments or you have someone there with you to help you through those moments. But we all experience those moments, and it's hard. And you love it and you hate it, but it's really humbling to be humbled. When I took this serving job, I left my big boy 9-to-5 job. I started serving again. I was like, that was really humbling for me, because you go to school to get a job in that degree, and then that's kind of what your mindset is, essentially your whole life. And then for me to kind of not give it up, because I could go back to shit like that, but to give it up and then take from the outside perspective, perceived step back in life was hard. And the first couple of weeks I was there was really, I felt like I was like kind of disassociating, sort of, because I was there, but I wasn't really there. I didn't really talk. I probably looked really stupid, because I just was processing the fact that I was like, wow, like I'm back here. Not that it's a bad thing, not that I'm talking bad about people that do that, but I was like, wow, I'm really back here doing this stuff. So that was really tough and humbling. Again, humbling, but that's good. It's good to be humbled. We need to be humbled in life. Whew. And as was this marathon a week ago, it was very humbling, but that's good. We need to be humbled in life. So 2 big humbling moments, pretty close to each other. And it's all just kind of tough. And this morning, I think a lot of that was kind of not setting in, because it's been setting in, but for some reason, a lot of it like came at me at once. And I just was like, I can't get out of bed. It was really weird. And yeah, it's tough, but when you're in these moments, I try to zoom out and see the progress I've made, and there is progress. I've gained clients, and that's the whole point of me leaving my job, try to build the fitness coaching, fitness mindset, kind of therapy-esque life coaching type thing, build that up. It's been going well. I've been building it. getting more clients slowly but surely, which is really cool, and find it much more fulfilling than what I was doing. Cars moving quick. Yeah, just zoom out and see the progress I've made. I've made progress, and social media is fucking dumb because obviously I'm not doing something right, but it's very small progress there. And sometimes I had someone reach out to me on TikTok just yesterday, and they sent me a really nice DM, and they're like, "You're just super inspiring, keep being you," shit like that. And you don't know what to say to those things, because what do you say to that? Thank you? I guess thank you, because you want to give them something deeper, but like, it was just like, wow. But that's what this is all about. Like, that's why I'm doing this. I've been working out and doing this shit for years and years, relatively unnoticed. Like, the people that knew me knew it, but I wasn't posting about it and shit like that. I'm not doing this for a pat on the back. It's motivating, inspiring for people to see. And growing up, I'd see that from other people, and it was motivating and inspiring for me. And I was like, maybe I can be that. Maybe I can do that. And that's where the frustration comes with the social media growth. It's not that I want fame or that I want a specific number, but it's just I want to achieve that goal. That's a goal I want to achieve on a larger scale. And it's just a process, and it's grueling and confusing, but I think a lot in my head is like, maybe that's all part of it. I want to be motivating, I want to be inspiring. Maybe this shit's part of it. You're making very, very minimal progress in that social media realm. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe you get a bunch of fucking followers, you lose your validity. And I do think there's value in me being consistent as I am on social media with a very small following, getting like 10 likes on a post and stuff like that. But it does kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie. You don't really deserve anything. Just because I do this stuff doesn't mean I deserve a bunch of likes or deserve a bunch of followers, but you want that. And part of the reason I want that is, again, to expand that reach and to motivate and inspire more people. And I think that that's so fucking cool, whether that's to push themselves physically, be themselves, think for themselves, all these things that I've slowly come to know over 24, but over my life. And I've realized just how fucking impactful they are. And that's why I want to do the one-on-one coaching as well, is build that and have that one-on-one relationship with people. And everyone I work with is very positive. I haven't, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but life's tough. Life is hard. Just like this walk back from this freaking, I'm about a couple minutes away from my place. I need food, and I need water, and I just need refueling. But that's my Sunday chat, Sunday walk and chat. Keep your head up, pick yourself up, have someone around you to pick yourself up, that you can help each other, lean on each other. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to pick yourself up as well. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but hopefully, however long this video is, hopefully it makes some form of sense, some bit of sense. Have a great Sunday. Rest up. Got a week of grinding ahead of us.